Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. The portal is alight, meaning it is once again time to pull some shards in pursuit, in this case, of the fragments for Diana Doompiercer, I believe her name is, but also in pursuit of course, Thor Feyhammer, the current ongoing hybrid style fusion. As always, we are never pulling without a purpose, so that is our purpose for pulling. So if we hop over to the event tab, we can take a look at the summon rush with these, featuring these fragments in particular, and it came home exactly where we predicted it, and the lower end of things, so only 3,000 points, which is definitely on the low side. The high side would be somewhere around 5,400, being the highest we've ever seen in a fusion summon rush. 4,925 has been a popular milestone as well. 3,500 has been pretty normal as well, but 3,000 is most certainly on the lower side, so only 6 sacreds it's going to cost you in order to get the 25 fragments. And as such, that's how many sacreds we're going to be pulling today, because we don't need to go any further than that. Popping over to the portal, we can check in on the overall shard count on my account, which is 746 on the ancients, 257 on the voids, 25 on the primals, and 65 on the sacreds, which of course we'll be dipping into today. There's also a progressive chance event going on featuring a bunch of revivers, and you could see my selections here with Maulie and Ugo, but you can see the total selection here. In my case, I already have Pythion and Conj the Rai, as well as Ancora. 2 of those are former fusion champions, and then Kaja was guaranteed, and technically Elva was also guaranteed way back in the day, but I did not get her, and I do regret not going for that one way back when. But in my case, Maulie Tankard is like number 3 on my list of legendary, or my wish list for legendaries, and so she's a little bit more desirable than Elva is, although that's a very distant second, or very close second. When it comes to the epics, you have Ugo, Gorgrab, and Rector Drath. In my case, my Ugo is +3, so just getting one more copy would take her to +4, which would be awesome. But after, assuming we get one, after that I'd switch it over to Rector Drath, who's only +1 on my account, so we'd like to get her get pushed forward towards the +4 as well. In terms of Mercy, we can pop up the Mercy tracker on the screen here. Of course, we're focusing on the row here for Sacred Shards. So we've pulled 9 and we have 3 until Mercy. So we are guaranteed to enter Mercy in this session. So there is a good chance we could walk away with a legendary, but if we do get a legendary, there's only like an 8-ish% chance that the legendary is actually going to be Maulie Tankard. So the odds are fairly low, 92% chance that it's anyone else but her. So I'm not going to get my hopes up too high. And as is customary for progressive chance events, we're not going to talk about any other champions on my wish list. We're going to try and focus all of our RNG right here on the Maulie and the Ugo. So without further ado, let's get to the pulls. We've got just enough space, we've got some cash, and hopefully we can get some decent legendary Maulie Tankard. Good luck. Here we go. Sacred number 1. Let's see if we can start it off hot. No, we're starting it off cold with Aina, but funny enough, she is actually one of the epics that I have never pulled on my account, so she, believe it or not, is new. I think I still have like a handful, maybe 6 or 7 epics, and even non-void epics that I just haven't pulled yet. So hey, I will take her. 1 for the collection. Sacred number 2. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what she does. I don't think she's that amazing. There's not really much to say. Jingle Hunter, pretty decent. He's been very, very powerful in the Cursed City of Centranos, and I discovered that maybe a couple months ago. Helped out on a lot of stages because of this ability here, AoE turn meter decrease, which just can help your team stay ahead of the enemy waves. But more importantly, this ability here, Jacked Frost, where it has a 100% chance of placing your freeze on all enemies if this kills the enemy. And so you can set this up, or speed tune it, whatever you need to do, but you can set it up so that as long as he finishes off a target, it's an AoE freeze. 4 sacreds to go, and we have maxed out the chance to get Ugo, so she's definitely pop out of the next one, right? XD? No, not the case. Oathbound here. I feel like I've mentioned him. I've gotten him so many times, and I've mentioned him so many times. He's a pretty decent epic. AoE decreased attack here, and then he has a chance 4 times at random to place block active skills. So once again, Cursed City comes to mind, decreasing the attack of any attack-based champions that you might go against, it having a potential to lock them out. Granted, I wish this was just an AoE instead of a 4 times at random, and then also perhaps a lower cooldown than 4 turns when booked. Sacred number 4. Let's keep it going here. Let's see what we can get. Another epic. Still not the Ugo we seek. Corpse Collector. Really not much to say about her. Number 5, 2 more to go. Is this going to be the one? No, it is Colin, as the Hell Hades folks like to call him, or Ulfrig, who is a Lady Mikage epic, but don't no longer need him. However, I guess this is my first copy that I don't have to feed for the purpose of Lady Mikage, so I might be able to use him if need be in certain areas. I think he has continuous heals on all enemies, but it can also steal buffs, then turn meter fill and increase attack, kind of like a Gore Grab and Arbiter type ability. So he might come in handy. We'll see. But this one I can actually use. And then the last sacred for the day, all the marbles in. Did we build up Mercy? We did. Oh, hey, there we go. Sweet. Icing on the cake. Finally got the progressive chance to 25x rate, or maxed rate. So Ugo is officially +4. Actually, we can just head over there and do that right now because not much else to talk about here. So that's the Altar of Souls. There we go. Guardian Ring, Empowerment. Let's search for Ugo. And then we can do this. There's no point waiting. There we go. Ugo fully empowered. The first fully empowered epic on my account, believe it or not. Didn't have a bunch of them waiting in the wings. Once they announced it, I started to save all the duplicates I happened to have. But after that, I had to wait and pull them all. So she is the first +4 epic on my account. Granted, she's not 6-starred. I did get her to 4-star and I had to buy the 5-star soul in the market or whatever. But she's going to be top of the list in terms of epic champions here outside of the vault. So that is fantastic. The first +4 empowerment. All right, so there you have it. The most likely outcome for the day is pulling 6 sacreds, not getting legendary, but getting the progressive chance maxed out Ugo. So all in all, I'm satisfied. We've built up some Mercy in case there's a sacred Pogo waiting in the wings. We're now 3 deep into Mercy, which is not as far as I'd like to be, but it is far enough to kind of gamble if there's a Pogo in the near term. And then, of course, let's check in on the summon rush to make sure that my math is correct. I know it is, but you never know. Might be wrong one of these days. But there we go. We have secured the fragments for the fusion. For anyone wondering, I already have, I think, 75 out of 100 for the third one. I've already made the first 2 level 50 ready to go. And so I'm working on the rest of the fragments to get at least the third one to to start champion train her during the champion training tournament going on right now. And then I'll worry about the last one whenever it starts to show up with between the last few handful of events. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below, were you pulling in this summon rush or the following summon rush? Or I guess what was your overall strategy for pulling during this fusion? Because you can kind of mix and match between the champion chase and the 2 summon rushes. And of course, do tell what you were able to get from your summons if you were summoning during those events. As always, if you did find this video helpful, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel. And if you enjoyed the video, then feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching and have a good one.